This is a Fox 5 News special report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Audrey Puente with greetings on behalf of the Latino Center on Aging. I am pleased to report that the Latino Center on Aging is celebrating 25 years of community service. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the Hispanic population constitutes the largest minority group, presently over 55.4 million people, and this number is projected to reach about 106 million by 2050. Included in this figure is a fast-growing population of seniors. In New York City alone, the Hispanic elderly population over 60 years of age reached over 350,000 people already this year. Other parts of the country are also experiencing rapid growth, most notably South Florida. In just two of its counties, Broward and Miami-Dade, the Hispanic elderly population over 60 reached 300,000 and is expected to increase to 1 million in the next 35 years. The growing Hispanic population across the U.S. comprises an increasing number of seniors with a variety of special needs that are currently left unmet or insufficiently addressed. To make matters worse, the majority of Hispanic seniors are in critical situations because they lack access to services that many of them don't even know exist. It is often more common than not to see the Latino elderly living in isolation and poverty and in dire need of social service assistance. The Latino Center on Aging was established in 1991 to bridge this gap. Through its educational programs, trainings, technical assistance, advocacy efforts, and dissemination of information to both Spanish and English-speaking media, the Latino Center on Aging has been helping seniors, providing them with a strong voice over the last 25 years. This organization is held in high regard among academics, medical professionals, and municipal officials alike. This photo is of the first Latino Center on Aging's office, which opened on 7th Avenue in 1991. The Latino Center on Aging has played an active role in the development of programs and services for the elderly within the United States, as well as throughout the Americas. Some of the highlights include the first Inter-American Conference on Gerontology held in Viña del Mar, Chile in 1994. This was the first conference of its kind and shed light on the key issues facing the elderly in Latin America. The Chilean government and the United Nations Office on Aging actively endorsed this event. As a direct result of this conference, several countries, including Chile, opened government offices to specifically deal with the unique needs of seniors. Throughout 2000 and 2001, the Latino Center on Aging organized the Second Inter-American Conference on Gerontology, which took place in Monterrey, Mexico, Costa Rica, where its First Lady gave the opening remarks, La Plata, Argentina, with the final session taking place in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The conference findings and recommendations were shared with all Latin American countries through their diplomatic representatives in New York. At a national level, the Latino Center on Aging has organized conferences in San Antonio, Chicago, Orlando, and New York City. The findings were presented and discussed at the 1995 and 2005 White House Conferences on Aging. During the past 25 years, the Latino Center on Aging has organized a series of community education seminars which educated seniors face-to-face in their local neighborhoods on various topics concerning their everyday lives, such as Alzheimer's disease, elderly abuse, osteoporosis, HIV/AIDS, and depression. This last topic was of special relevance after the Twin Towers fell. The Latino Center on Aging brought in psychological experts to help communities deal with post-traumatic stress disorder. One of the more popular topics of interest in our communities has been Alzheimer's disease. The Latino Center on Aging has held a number of conferences in Spanish on this matter in locations such as the Bronx, Manhattan, and Pembroke Pines. One of the Latino Center on Aging's most cherished projects has been the Thanksgiving Day meal for the elderly without family. Since 1992, thanks to the generous public and private sector support, as well as community volunteers, the Latino Center on Aging has been successful in providing hot meals to thousands of isolated seniors on Thanksgiving Day in various locations across the eastern seaboard.
There were so many elderly living alone. And then what we did was like to call on the community. We got some corporations to help us, and we started in 1992 this Thanksgiving Day meal for the elderly. Without family, we said at the beginning, but little by little, we got more people integrated into these programs.
The Latino Center on Aging's Thanksgiving activity has been covered by Fox 5, CNN Español, Univision 41, Telemundo 47, WNBC 4, WABC 7, and My 9.
Mario Tapia es el presidente del Centro Gerontológico Latino.
Through the Latino Center on Aging Media Advocacy Initiative, the Latino Center on Aging has reached over 92 million people, educating them on matters related to the Latino elderly through newspapers, radio programs, and TV. Over the last year, the Latino Center on Aging has been invited twice by CNN Español to be a panelist on 2 of their primetime news shows, one to discuss the elderly abuse and, most recently, memory loss. In 2012, the Latino Center on Aging implemented with great success a radio segment on Radio La Nueva 88.3 FM in South Florida and on 93.1 FM in the New York metro area. Hosted by Mario Tapia, the Latino Center on Aging president and CEO, the program provides information on important topics of interest to the growing Spanish-speaking elderly. Every June since 1993, the Latino Center on Aging hosts the Golden Age Awards Gala. This gathering has taken place in prestigious landmarks in New York City, such as Lincoln Center and the United Nations. So far, 142 distinguished individuals and corporations have been the recipients of the prestigious Golden Age Award. Some of them have joined us this evening. Another Latino Center on Aging project of note started in 2005, the We Are You Project. It has already developed a life of its own as a pictorial traveling show comprised of artwork from 40 Latino artists who base their inspiration on the great Hispanic immigrant experience and the unequivocal reality that, as they say, we indeed are you. Thus, we are America. This art show springboards a discussion that has to do with the identification of obstacles deterring the Latino community's advancement, such as health disparities, language barriers, and cultural biases. As we approach the end of this newscast, we thank you for your continued support for the work of the Latino Center on Aging. The second decade of the 21st century finds us with an extraordinary challenge to respond to the increasing number of Latinos that are 60 years of age or older in the United States, as well as in the Americas, which will grow threefold in the next 25 years. The Latino Center on Aging would like to express its appreciation to everyone attending this event for their generosity, vision, and wisdom, as well as their care and compassion for a fellow human in vulnerable and frail times. And we remind you to log on to www.gerolatino.org to see this broadcast as well as the happenings of the center. And yes, we are on Twitter at GeroLatino, and look for us on Facebook with Latino Center on Aging. Stay in touch. Gracias y buenas noches.
This has been a Fox 5 News special report.